It has been a long time since I last sat down to record a video. Because I just got back from my trip to Japan, it was incredible, and every single camera I brought is full of photos of just cars. But we're getting straight back into it by pulling for my most anticipated character probably ever, and that obviously being Columbina, if you couldn't tell by my absolutely horrendous pun I just made at the start of this video. But not only do I want Columbina because I actually just love Columbina and she's a really cool character, I've always wanted Columbina. I really want Columbina for one specific reason, but that is for the team I run with my Lunar-Charged Varesa, which has been really scuffed because I've been using Flynn's to proc Lunar-Charged, but now I can finally run a proper Lunar-Charged Varesa team, and that makes me excited because I've literally been using this team non-stop since Flynn's released. As usual, we will probably get a 5-star, hopefully. It's just going to be the joys of that 50-50. So let's get these pools going. I also kind of forget what 4 stars are on the banner right now. Fischl, Sethos, and Aoife. So that first pool with Atoma was somehow off banner. But now with this 10 pool, this will bring us to 77 pity. So hopefully we see a gold here, which we do. That almost looked purple for a second. Now I want to see Columbina. Oh, why is it always so late? Why is it always so late? It's going to be the last pool. Aoife, god damn it. You've got to be kidding me. That's too many copies of Mona. What are we up to? Only C2 Mona? I thought I had way more copies of Mona. Okay, well that's unfortunate. In slightly more fortunate news, that is a C6 Aoife. It is a C5 Sethos and a C3 Toma. But now that leaves us with some joys because we have 16 pools left to try to get Columbina. Back to back, please. Back to back, very pretty, please. No. Okay, single pools then. We have 4 more single pools. Also, it was not 4 more single pools. It was 6 more single pools. However, now it is 0 more single pools. I guess that means I just need to get more pools from somewhere. So I guess Spiral Abyss to start off with. And then also probably do Imaginarium Theatre and get some pools from those. And then we, I guess, do some exploration. That's about all I can think of right now. So let me go blast through as much Spiral Abyss as I possibly can. Well, there is all of floors 9, 10, and 11 done. I'll take my couple hundred primos. It'll give me a few more single wishes, which we can hope we get Columbina from, but it seems like that's not going to be the case, so we have to go do more farming. So let's go over and do Imaginarium Theatre. Well, there we go. That wasn't the most successful run of Imaginarium Theatre. Well, we got a new record, so we got 1,000 primos. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. And we get some more primos from this because I cleared another floor. We get another 150. So now we can do some more single pools. Almost another 10 pool, but not quite. So this should bring us to around 30 or 40 pity, maybe. Probably more like 30, 35. Maybe we get lucky. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be our 5-star. Never mind, I lied. It is time to head to Nogcry. I believe I've 100%ed all the current areas, yes. So let's head up here and 100% this area. Well, it surprisingly hasn't been a very long time since the last recording. Normally, it would take quite a while to 100% the full area, but I have managed to fully 100% the 3 new areas, plus do all the world quests. Not the main Archon quest, but all the world quests in this new area. And it's almost exactly 2 days after when I first recorded, which is kind of crazy. I've never fully explored an area in 2 days, which has given us a lovely grand total of 3,835 primos, which gives us 23 pools plus the 2 pools we got from the check-in event. However, we only have 31 pity, I believe. So we'll only get to 56 pity. So I'm just going to have to hope that I get some earlies. Temple number 1, 5-star, please. It's not going to be the 5-star. I think most of the characters are C6 now. So we will get a few pulls from Stardust, Glitter, whatever it is. So now we go on to the last 10 pull we have. And that is going to give us a 5... Never mind. No, it's not. It should give us a character though. So we will at least get some more Star Glitter. Hopefully we see I don't actually know if you're C6 yet or not. I don't believe you are. I was going to say hopefully we see a C6 character so I can get another free pull. Official is not C6, so we do not see another free pull. And we get exactly one more pull. And this is going to be our column. Never mind, it's not going to be our Columbina. Okay, well that is 59 pity, I believe. It might be 60 pity, but I don't remember. So we probably need another 10 pull or 2. Which means we will get 5 more pulls from this in 2 days' time. So that's something. And then on the 30th, we'll get another full 10 pull, which is also good. But aside from that, I'm gonna need to do something else to get a lot more pulls. And we got the 5 free pulls from this event here, which means this is all done. And I'm just impatient, so I'm going to go spend these 5 pulls because we have them. And hope we get a Columbina. We also do have 3 pulls in Primo Gems, so we have 8 pulls total. But then also in other fun news, Varka was just teased, and I also want Varka, so, you know, this is fun. As you can see by Lunar Skin, I have just gone and finished the newest Archon quest, which I must say was incredible, and I really wish there's a way for us to go back to the moon, because that place looked unbelievable. But it was an insane Archon quest, although almost 7 hours with like 0 breaks was a bit much. But in doing that, it has given me enough pulls to get to 75 pity, which is soft pity. So I figured, because I kind of want to get Columbina sooner rather than later, let's just do these pulls that I have and maybe we get her early or at soft pity. No, apparently we won't be bringing home Columbina just like that. Okay, well it is now January 30th and I have realized that I made a whoopsie because I thought we're getting the full 10 pull at once, but that's not the case. We're getting it over the next couple days. So I have got 1 of the rewards and that gave us 300 primos, 78 pity, please. Can we, oh no, that's not good. 4-star though is okay. Setho, sick, because now I can do another pull from here. So this better be a 5-star. I better, oh god. Well, I almost have enough for another pull. In fact, I actually do because I have a few Genesis crystals left over from when I bought Hu Tao skin way back whenever that was. So this seems like a good time to put those Genesis crystals to good use. So we can grab exactly 1 more pull. This will be 79 pity. So we really should be seeing a 5-star on this pull. And we don't. Oh no. If I can find another 4 of these, I can get 2 standard pulls, which might give me a 4-star. If I can find even more than that, I could probably get 2 limited pulls. So I'll go hunt those things down and maybe I can get enough of them to also get the 2 limited pulls. This game really does not love giving me a lot of luck. We are now well over soft pity and still no 5-star. On a character that I really do want because I really want to make this Varesa team so much better and so much more fun. So hopefully all of this farming actually pays off and Columbina doesn't increase Varesa's damage by like 2. Well, as usual, I may or may not have gone a little bit overboard because we now have every single one of the Lumen Stones in this thing is maxed out. So that's good. I don't need to worry about that anymore. But with all that, we have 171 primos and 2 intertwined fates. So now we are going to stand in front of the Columbina statue and we are going to bring home Columbina. This should be pull number like 80 or 81 now. So, okay, there's all the lag. There's the 5-star. That took way too long. Oh my god, that just took up the entire screen. Well, there we go. It took very much long enough, but we now have Columbina. After Columbina's like entire banner has gone by, I should have everything I need to get her leveled up, maybe except for some local specialties. We will definitely have enough of our boss drops because I farmed a bunch and we got a few from completing the main story quest. So yeah, it looks like it's probably just going to be her local specialties. Everything else should be sweet, except, oh, we can craft 106. I really wish I had that many on supports only. But yeah, we're sweet with them as well. So let's go farm these things. I'm really hoping there's a lot of them. I have to say, Columbina's like movement thing where she floats over the ground, especially when she sprints, is honestly one of my favorite movement stuff in the game. It's not very fast. I think it's the same speed as normal, but it just looks so smooth and satisfying. Plus, I think she does fall slightly slower than most people, which I guess could be useful. But I honestly just love how she like floats above the ground as she walks. It looks sick. Although I can't help to notice how unbelievably long her legs are. Her legs take up like 3/4 of her body. She's got the Lorax beam legs. Also, when you sprint and jump, she does a little spin, which is also a cool little thing that they've added into her movement, which I think is very fitting of the moon goddess to have more unique movement that makes it sort of feel like she has less gravity. Well, there we go. That is all of those things collected. I need to do a little bit of crafting and hopefully that's enough. No, I need 135 of them. I also need apparently another 4 boss drops, which I didn't think I needed, but that's fine. We can get her up to level 70 and level 80, no problems. And now I need another 60 pretty much of those, but this video does need to come out tomorrow, so I don't think I'll be able to get 60 of these, especially because I can't farm them anymore for the next like 3 days or something, unless I wanted to jump into Fontaine only, because I have done some farming on Fontaine only and I do have a lot of that area unlocked. I probably am going to try to get these two up to like 8, and I might do the normal attack if I have the stuff for it. I will be able to get the skill all the way up to level 8. I'm not going to have enough boss drops for the other one, but I will. Skill can go to level 8, and that's as far as I can go with the current ascension level. I should also be able to get the burst up to level 8. I will just need more boss drops. I have 30 dream solvent, so why not? We'll just get that, and I should have one of the others. I have 2 of the others, perfect. So we'll get the burst up to level 8 as well, and then I'll get the normal attack up to just, I guess, level 6. It's probably not the most necessary, but I have enough stuff. It's not going to hurt. I do want to use Columbina quite a bit, so we'll get her normal attack up as well. It can go to level 6. Probably won't go any higher than that because I don't really need it. The only thing you get from the normal attack, I believe, is this little bit of dendro damage for some reason. I don't think there's anything super important that comes out of it, but I will probably be using her a bit, so we might as well. Okay, so I have gone and farmed all of the stuff for Columbina now, so I'm able to get her up to level 90, but while I was doing that, I also went and messed around with the team a little bit, and I have made some adjustments. Varesa has stayed the same. However, I am able to get one of these up to level 10, which I kind of want to do because I would like to triple crown Varesa at some point. So because it is the second priority, I'm going to crown her Burst. There we go. Then if we go over to Fischl, I am going to be running her on the team. I was going to put Jansan on the team, but I am going to be using Fischl on the Silken Moon Serenade, and I think it probably works better to have Fischl on this. Only because the Jansan can only really trigger an elemental reaction while she's on the field for like 1 hit, and you kind of want more hits of elemental damage, I think, to run this set to its best potential. So Fischl can do this off field, which it says that works off field. So it's probably best to run Fischl on this, and then I have just her on the stringless. I have swapped Xian Yun out for Sucrose because going full Lunar Charge, I think it would be best to have a EM boost. However, she is only at level 80, but I can get her to level 90. And I just have her on Thrilling Tales, so she'll be the last character I swap to before Varesa. And of course, Viridescent. And then finally I have Columbina, which I still have her on this set. I think she probably would work better on Silken Moon and run this set on Fischl instead. But I don't have good pieces on Silken Moon for Columbina. But I do have some pretty decent pieces here for Columbina on this set. And I've got her on a R3 prototype Amber. So she's currently sitting at 39,900 HP, which is well and truly enough. I could also swap this piece out for a ER main stat, which now that I think about it, probably would be a better bet. Because now we drop down to 33,000, but we now have 163 ER, which is a lot better. And in terms of crit ratio, she has a 61 to 171.3. So now we are going to get her up to level 90. I should hopefully have all the books I need and more. So there is Columbina up to level 90, and that brings her now to 37,590 max HP, which is perfect. So now we can finally get Sucrose up to level 90 as well. There you go. And that will bring her up to 713 EM, which is not bad, considering she is not running a EM weapon, which yes, I could also do, but I think Thrilling Tales will just give us a better buff for Varesa. So now, let's actually go see how this team performs. And I believe there might actually be a really easy way to test this in Miliastra Wonderland. Yes, I believe there is a test dummy thing in Miliastra, so I am going to use this to get a rough test, and also compare between this team and the Flynn's team. I think that might work, so if we just do that, then swell this, and then we do that. I think I swelled the wrong element. I probably did. Oh well. And now damage. Let's have a look at what we are seeing. I think I'm seeing 100,000, potentially. 85,000, yes. I think so. I saw some 100,000, see some 30,000s, 57,000s. Okay, not bad, not bad. And we'll run that back again. Columbina just has enough ER. And in terms of the lunar charge damage, I'm seeing about 32,000 or thereabouts, which isn't bad. 72,000 from the bigger hit from Columbina. That's actually pretty decent. So now with a somewhat scuffed rotation, our total damage was 3,202,289, which isn't that bad. Varesa did over 1.6 million of that. I mean, that's not bad considering I don't have Inefa, and Inefa is probably something that would really, really help this team. But that is not bad. Columbina doing almost 1 million damage as well. Not bad at all, I must say. So now I would like to try out the same thing, except this time we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to put Flins on the team. But in terms of that damage, we see actually a lot less. We see more damage from Columbina than we do from Flins. Also, Flins isn't built right. Okay, that could be a big problem. Flins isn't even remotely on the right set. So there is a good chance we are going to see more damage from Flins now, and he's probably going to do more damage than my Varesa. However, the Varesa team is still more fun, in my opinion at least, because I just love Varesa. Are we going to see more damage out of Flins? I could almost guarantee it. Burst damage does 160,000. Yeah, that's a lot more. But once again, the actual lunar charges aren't... Okay, no, there's 160. I think it was a 200,000 after that. Yeah, Flins is most certainly doing more damage, which is to be expected. Honestly, he is a actual lunar DPS. That's kind of what Columbina is supposed to work with the most. Yeah, 2.5 million, so that's a bit more than Varesa. But if there was going to be one place we can really test this Varesa team out and see if it actually is good or not, it is in the Spiral Abyss, especially because if we look at the second floor, we have this very, very painful enemy. So as much as I really don't want to do this, let's have a look and see if we can do some good damage and maybe clear a bit of the abyss with this team. Not bad, an 8-minute 43 left on the first half. So now let's see how well we can do with Varesa over here. I'm assuming not great, and that's only because this enemy is absolutely terrible and I hate him. The only other issue with this team is we don't have a healer, although I guess prototype Columbina's sort of a healer. This isn't going as bad as I thought. It's still not going great because now we have to deal with these things and I don't have all my bursts up. And we only have 20 seconds left, so that sort of say it's probably not going to go well. Yeah, no, we're not 3-starring this, like, at all. Yeah, I hate this enemy, so I'm going to take my 2 stars over here. The next 2 enemies, though, I think are slightly better, or at least I rather them slightly more. I just hate that guy because he has that weird phase where he summons in all the other enemies, and then if you don't clear them all the time, which is kind of hard to do, then you just lose. Speaking of losing, I brought a Pyro character against a Pyro immune enemy, so I am going to lose. Now, was that 130,000? I think I just saw 130,000 lunar charge there. That's pretty good. I don't know why that one specifically did more damage, because I don't think there's a lunar buff, but maybe this enemy has a bit of lunar resistance, not resistance. The other one, unresistance. But hey, we get 2 stars, so that's something. If first half didn't do terribly, that might have been a 3-star clear. Oh my god, there's so many numbers. And, okay, so I probably need a healer here, don't I? Because this boss, not a great boss. It will pretty much just evaporate your characters if you get hit by it. Lunar-Charged Varesa will just carry. I mean, it's actually not that bad, but it's, you know, mainly Columbina's damage. But it technically does function. I can use Lunar-Charged Varesa. It won't get us enough to 3-star it. But hey, Lunar-Charged Varesa did get us to complete it with 2 stars. So, I mean, it's not the best clear I've ever done, but it's something. The whole point of this video was to pull Columbina for Lunar-Charged Varesa, and Lunar-Charged Varesa does work quite well. I'm very happy with it. Hopefully I can get Inefa at some point to make it do even more damage. So I probably will get Inefa on her next rerun, as long as she's not rerunning with another character I really want. But with that, there is probably more Columbina teams I could try, but I mainly just want her for the Lunar-Charged stuff, and I'm very happy with it. So that is where I am going to leave this video off. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you liked this video, do go check out the last time I tried out my Lunar-Charged Varesa, which was when we pulled for Flins. And with that being said, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.